So time's up for that. Thank you. Now we will start the debate. We will give the first opportunity for the government team. Prime Minister, Mr. Ikomang, it's your turn to provide your definition of the motion and your opening arguments. Time is yours. Silakan.
This House believes that wearing masks is still important in our daily life. Good morning to adorable judges, the amazing timekeeper and moderators, amazing opponent on side of opposition, and not forget member and participants who are in the place today. Today, I will doing two things. Firstly, I'm going to give a definition, and secondly, I'm going to provide our argument on side of government team. Ladies and gentlemen, in order for this conversation to be focused with the government team, limit the background of wearing masks is still important in our daily life. Next, there are three keywords on which the government team argument is based. The first is mask, the second is important, and the third is daily life. A mask is a respiratory protection used a method to protect individuals from inhaling harmful substances or contaminants that are in the air. Respiratory protection or masks are not intended to replace preferred methods that can eliminate disease, but are used to adequately protect the wearer. Masks are widely used to provide protection against particles and aerosol that can cause harm to the respiratory system faced by people who do not wear personal protective equipment. The danger of particles and aerosol of various sizes and different chemicals properties can harm humans. Second, important. According to Big Indonesian Dictionary, the meaning of the word important is very valuable. Important has meaning a class of nouns or nouns that important as express the name of the person, place, or thing and things. Daily life. Daily life is a series of activities that are usually carried out by a person in carry out daily routine, be it at home, at work, or in other places that are often visited. And daily life includes various activities such as waking up, bathing, eating, working, or study. Ladies and gentlemen, smoke from a motor vessel, factories, cigarettes, and dust are some types of air pollution that can be found every day. We'll expect sure to this pollution can affect lung performance and increase the risk of respiratory diseases such as asthma, COPD, and heart disease. For people who live in the highly pollution area, this is the main reason to wear a mouth mask when living at house, because mouth masks catch filtering dirty air before being inhaled by the nose. Ladies and gentlemen, for example, we in the Bajawa have so many people can use their private transport. Yes, please.
Okay, thanks for the chance given. Ladies and gentlemen, government team said when people wearing masks, it can protect people from various virus. So, ladies and gentlemen, my question is, what about people have disease such as asthma? Are it effective of people itself?
Okay, so because the asthma, they need to protect themselves from another pollution, the bed of pollution. So they need to wear a mask to can protect themselves. That's why we are from the government team very agree with our motion.
Yeah, please.
Yes, please.
But you know, if people have asthma, it means that people so difficult to breathe. So why you agree if the people wearing mask, it's very effective for the people have disease such as asthma.
Okay, asthma can very dangerous if they can get any pollution that is very dangerous, then wearing mask is this part, this a thing that can save you from getting asthma. If you wear a mask, that's a mean you get safety from pollution that can make you asthma. Thank you. Next to my argument. Reporting from Compass.com, the use of masks also provides other health benefits such as preventing flu. In addition, Richard Pelter, professor of environmental health sciences at the University of Massachusetts found that wearing masks can protect their body from exposure of air pollution. According to American Lung Association, exposure to air pollution.
Please?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. You say wearing a mask can avoid exposure to air pollution. But you know that, quoted from a journal sticasmus.ac.id, the time collaboration with the European Testing Laboratory carried out a study to find out how contaminated masks are if used for a long time. The result of the study found that masks worn for a longer time had a higher count of bacteria and a greater amount of fungus. So what do you think about it?
Okay, I got your point. But ladies and gentlemen, we are wear a mask to our daily life. Why it's important? Because we just not only give our protect to our body, but we are protect to other people. Why I say that? Because if you wear a mask, you cannot transfer any virus from you to another people. That's important. Why masker must use suit at the public transportation and your daily life? Because if you wear a mask, you can get any disease and you can transfer your virus to another people. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, exposure to air pollution can increase the risk of respiratory problems such as asthma, as I said before, low birth weight, such as lung cancer, cardiovascular disease, and premature death. Masks are said to provide protection from vehicle exhaust fumes and factory foams. The reason is the mask is able to filter the smaller particles. He added, to protect the body from exposure air pollution, the use of surgical masks is actually better than cloth masks because the fibers of surgical masks are much smaller and tighter. And we very said if the people believe that conspiracy that wearing masks can cause the carbon dioxide percentage. So we are from the government team strongly agree with our motion today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that was Iko Mangberi Ngada Ariana, Prime Minister from the government team. The time span was 7 minutes and 26 seconds. And now the opportunity for the leader of opposition team, Ms. Maria Alvinda Lawas, to rebut to challenge the motion that is being presented by the government team and giving your arguments for it. Ms. Maria, time is yours.
Okay, thanks for the chance given to our team. Ladies and gentlemen, the motion today is this House believes that wearing masks is still important in our daily life. Ladies and gentlemen, from this motion, our team totally disagree from this motion, ladies and gentlemen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as we know that, ladies and gentlemen, masks are very familiar to use during the COVID-19 pandemic. And as we know, ladies and gentlemen, no many countries are free of using masks, ladies and gentlemen. And in Indonesia alone, President Jokowi has reformed PPKM regulation, and many people feel free in the rules of using masks. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition, after all, there are several dangers of using masks in everyday life, such as, firstly, wearing a mask can increase carbon dioxide gas. Ladies and gentlemen, humans need oxygen as a source of breath. But what happens if it is blocked by objects that cover the respiratory organs? Of course, it causes carbon dioxide to accumulate in the respiratory system. Secondly, wearing a mask in everyday life can make a person uncomfortable in carrying out their activities in everyday life. Ladies and gentlemen, in everyday life, no thanks. In everyday life, Humans do a lot of activities and need a lot of oxygen. This activity can make the heart beat continuously and make a person exchange oxygen. Yes, please.
Okay, you said that before. If the people now it's not important you to wear a mask because after COVID-19, right? But after COVID-19 too, the virus still have. We have this any virus and we have any disaster. That's why we still important to wear a mask. How do you think about this?
Okay, thank you. But do you know that many people now are free of using masks? Our team think masks are not important in our daily life, ladies and gentlemen. Let me continue my argument. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, when a person uses a mask in his daily life, he is not aware that the virus or bacteria released through the mouth or nose will be inhaled again, and this will cause new problems for him. Ladies and gentlemen, report by Health Country, according to Ministry of Health Budi Gunardi Sadikin, based on the Ministry of Health observation on the development of COVID-19 in Indonesia and globally, the Indonesian people already have good resistance to the new variant which is currently circulating around the world, which is scientifically proven drug survey. And practically and in reality, it is proven by cases in Indonesia which tend to decrease and are relatively smaller for the same variant compared to other countries such as China, Taiwan, and the United States. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, report by click.doctor.com, masks cannot protect pollution from... Yes, please.
Okay, according to number of study, using masks can prevent you from transmitting or contracting various airborne diseases such as flu, COVID-19, and SARS. What do you think about this?
Okay, thank you. Like I explained to you, masks cannot protect pollution or virus from entering the body 100%. So, ladies and gentlemen, our thinking it's not effective to protect us from air pollution and or disease itself. Let me continue my argument. Ladies and gentlemen, report by click.doctor.com, masks cannot protect pollution from entering the body 100%. Particle pollution can still enter the gaps in masks, then don't stick perfectly for the face, or draw fabric fibers that are less able to hold microparticles. Yes, please.
If you say that before, if we wear a mask, it cannot protect ourselves. But how our government still to our government say to our community to wear a mask when a pandemic? How do you think about this?
Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, even though the government said the government have regulation to use mask, but ladies and gentlemen, based on the reality, ladies and gentlemen, now the COVID-19 pandemic is reduced, ladies and gentlemen, and now, ladies and gentlemen, many people are free, when the people using masks. And our thing, ladies and gentlemen, mark us not important in our daily life. And ladies and gentlemen, why our team said masks are not important in our daily life, ladies and gentlemen, because ladies and gentlemen... Yes, please.
How to protect the face from the negative effects of sunlight and pollution?
Can you repeat again?
How to protect the face from the negative effects of sunlight and pollution?
Okay, thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, humans have the body immunity. So ladies and gentlemen, it is the solution. If someone cannot wearing mask, the people have body immunity. So ladies and gentlemen, our team think masks are not important in our daily life. Let me continue my argument. Ladies and gentlemen, a report from Indonesia.com, the use mask can cause health problems by 53%, such as skin irritation, headaches, and others. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, quoted from Kompas.com, the expert council of the Indonesian Public Health Expert Association Hermawan Saputra feels that the respiratory that is obstructed because it used an mask. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, report from Antarnews.com, Another complaint filed by a pulmonary specialist at the Muhammad Fahmi Friendship Hospital. For those who experience irritation in nose, the condition is different for each health work depending on skin sensitivity. So, ladies and gentlemen, from this data, our team totally disagree if mask is still important in our daily life. Why our team disagree from this motion, ladies and gentlemen? Because, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, masks are very familiar using is when COVID-19 pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic is reduced, and many people are free. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, our team think mask is not important in our daily life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was Ms. Maria Alvinda Lawas as the leader of opposition team, and the time spent was 7 minutes and 18 seconds. And it's the next opportunity is for Deputy Prime Minister Ms. Maria Angriani Ngene to refute the claim by the opposition team and as well as to strengthen your argument for the motion. Time is yours.
Okay, good morning to all of us present here. Before I going to deliver my argument, I would like to rebuttal the argument from the leader of opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of opposition say that masks cannot protect us from virus and not important for us. But ladies and gentlemen, we know that wearing masks can help us to protect ourselves from any virus. Ladies and gentlemen, back to my I will going to deliver my argument. The use of masks in our daily life help reduce the spread of the virus, especially when a person in public area or interacting with others. Ladies and gentlemen, when a person or sneezes saliva droplet can spread and infect those around them. By using a mask, the droplet can be disabled and not spread to others, thus helping to reduce the risk of spreading the virus. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, wearing a mouth mask can be one of the best ways to avoid easily contracting or transmitting disease. A mask that is used correctly can prevent germs from spreading through mucus and liquids that come out when sneezing or coughing. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason for wearing a mouth mask that is not less important to protect some facial skin from the adverse effect air pollution and sun exposure. Prolonged exposure to sunlight and air pollution is
POI, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, thanks for the chance given. Ladies and gentlemen, the government team said that if using mask, it can reduce the spread of virus. But ladies and gentlemen, report by the journal Thorax said that masks cannot protect lesion and from the body 100%. It means that mask itself cannot protect from the virus. So what do you think about that?
But if we're still using masks, it can help us to protect ourselves from any virus and public transportation. Okay, back to my argument. Ladies and gentlemen, beside that, wearing masks in our daily life is avoid exposure to air pollution. Thus, this is one of the types of air pollution that can be found every day.
POI, please.
No thanks. Well, exposure to this pollution can affect the performance of lungs and increase the risk of developing respiratory diseases such as asthma, chronic obstructive, and heart disease. Wearing a mask can filter dirty air before it's inhaled by the nose. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, wearing a mask
POI,
can
please.
be one. Yes, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the government teams still emphasize to me that the use mask itself can reduce the spread of virus and can protect us with the spread of virus. But we know, based on the journal Thorax said that mask cannot protect pollution from entering the body 100%. So it means that mask itself can your team cannot conclude that mask itself can protect us.
Okay, it's wrong. Using masks can help ourselves, can protect ourselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, wearing mask can be one of the best ways to avoid contracting or transmitting disease. Masks that are used properly and prevent germs from spreading through mucus and fluids that come on when sneezing or coughing. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing masks can prevent other disease. Hold on, please. Wearing masks can prevent infectious and also prevent the transmission and spread of disease. For people who are suffering from respiratory disease, wearing masks is very... Yes, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the government still always said that wearing mask is still important in our daily life. But, ladies and gentlemen, this time, apart from the pandemic, mask not longer to priorities to use mask itself, because this time have the regulation for the government to recruit to wearing mask again. So how about the regulation from the government? So how about you do think?
Okay, but wearing mask in our daily life it's for health and clean for ourselves.
POA, please.
Hold on, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for example, when you have influenza or even cold, people around you can catch it through the air. As we know, in our daily life, the place that we work, we're doing something, have many people. According to the number of study, wearing mask can prevent you from transmitting of contraction virus. The danger of not wearing mask can be experienced easily exposed to virus. When a person does not wear a mask, the virus enters to the body more easily through the respiratory tract. Masks are effective in preventing virus transmission through droplets. Another danger is the possibility that the body can carry the virus. Reporting from CNN Indonesia, several studies show that the virus can survive on surface or object for some time. When trying our daily activities, a person will definitely hold the object around them. Then, without realizing it, touch of the face with hands, the might have been contaminated with the virus. Therefore, wearing mask is very important for us to protect the body from disease which can enter through the facial area. For this reason, wearing mask is very important. Wearing mask must always be maintained. So, ladies and gentlemen, we from the government team strongly believe that our motion today, that this house believes that wearing mask in our daily life is still important in our daily life. That's all for me, and thank you.
Thank you. So that was Ms. Anggriani Ngane, Deputy Prime Minister from the government side of the House, and we would like to give the opportunity for the Deputy Leader of the Opposition team, Ms. Johanna Patrizia Zampi, for rebutting the DPM's claim and with your arguments for your position.
Okay, thanks for the chance given to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I am as the second speaker of opposition team, totally disagree with this motion. If wearing mask is still important in our daily life, as the statement of the government team is wearing mask is still important in our daily life, and our team totally disagree with this motion. Ladies and gentlemen, we know the use of masks was very strict during the COVID pandemic, when people are afraid to giving up their masks. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the pandemic, people not longer the priorities to wear masks itself, because this is have the regulation from the government to require the wear mask again. This is the first step in starting the transition from pandemic to endemic. So our team think this is wearing mask itself cannot important in our daily life. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, if masks are used in everyday life for a long time, it will have a negative impact on the user. Firstly, wearing masks in the long term inconditionally can trigger skin irritation. As we know, ladies and gentlemen, irritation usually appears on the host, chin, or under the eyes. This can
PI.
Yes, please.
how we can preventing the transmission of disease like COVID-19 or SARS if we not use a mask.
Can you repeat again?
Okay. How we can preventing the transmission of disease if we like COVID-19 and SARS if we not use a mask?
Okay, thanks for your question. But ladies and gentlemen, as you explained to you that this time, apart from a pandemic itself, mask is not important in our daily life. It is the first step to starting transmission from pandemic to endemic. Hence, the government itself can give the regulation from to people, human community, to not wearing mask in the daily life. So I continue my argument. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, people are not comfortable wearing it. Ladies and gentlemen, report by journal Indo says how that 96% people not comfortable where they wear mask. It means that, ladies and gentlemen, this is a real example of how about that, ladies and gentlemen, that mask itself not important in our daily life because can give the bad impact for user itself. Ladies and gentlemen, research published in the journal Thorax Side Mask can cause discomfort from wearing.
POI?
Yes, please.
You say have to 63% people don't wear a mask, right? But is that mean the people don't care about themselves and don't care about the people to get any virus from they are to give any virus to people in between in there. And you said that presentation if they are in the pandemic, but that means they don't care about people to get any virus of COVID-19 because they don't wear a mask. How do you think about this?
Okay, but you know, I'm explaining that one of the negative impact for user itself when people are uncomfortable to wearing it. It means that mask itself can give the positive impact for for user itself. Let me continue my argument. Ladies and gentlemen, research published in the journal Thorax said masks can cause discomfort from wearing them to breathing because this word thus is can trigger the feeling of claustrophobia. As we know that, ladies and gentlemen, people daily life there are lots of activities. Not a few masks make it comfortable, starting from having difficult breathing to even breathing express. Ladies and gentlemen, mask itself can increase carbon dioxide gas. In our daily life, human needs oxygen as a source of breath. How about happens is objects of it by covering the respiratory organ. Indeed, this body requires CO2 gas, but the amount of carbon dioxide in the blood.
POI?
Yes, please.
Okay, you say that wear mask is not important. So, what the positive impact if we not wearing mask?
Okay, thank you for question. But as you explained to you that our team totally disagree with this motion. If wearing mask is still not important in our daily life, but our team disagree because this time apart from the pandemic, masks are no longer the priorities to wear itself because the government has the regulation to not require to wearing mask again. This is the first step to starting to transmission from pandemic to endemic. So let me continue my argument. Ladies and gentlemen, the next part of the negative impact of using mask itself is mask can interfere with breathing. As we know, ladies and gentlemen, yes, please.
Wearing a mask is important. It's not about pandemic and endemic, but in our daily life, we still have to wear a mask to anticipate to transferring virus to another people. How do you think about this?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The use of masks was very strict during the COVID pandemic. So many people in their daily life, they are always afraid to giving up their masks. So it means that mask itself can give the bad impact, such as people cannot comfortable to wearing it. So our team totally disagree if mask is still important in our daily life. Ladies and gentlemen, mask can interfere with breathing. Always resistance will also happen to you to we wear masks for too long. This current condition is objective general by the influential force of the airflow, the function enter the respiratory system that without wearing mask itself. Ladies and gentlemen, quoted from the journal hello.com conversation show that not only use masks for horse because can trigger several bad impacts, such as difficult to breathe and odor. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, report by journal CMN Indonesia.id show that 69% people not comfortable to wearing mask itself. So it means that, ladies and gentlemen, mask is not important in our daily life because mask itself, the use of mask itself very strict during the COVID pandemic, so that many people has very afraid to giving up their masks. So, but at this time, apart from the pandemic, masks are no longer a barrier. Masks are no longer priorities to wear, even though the government has regulation not required to wearing masks again. With the regulation, ladies and gentlemen, it means that the government want to the community not use masks itself. So our team totally agree with this motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that was the deputy leader of the opposition team, Ms. Johanna Patricia Zambi. And the next one is the government whip, Mr. Engelbertus Wilmantara Lai. This is your last opportunity for rebutting the opposition's side of claims and also to give the summary of your motion. Time is yours.
Okay, opposition team say that using masks at pandemic is not important, but I believe we all at the pandemic always using a mask, and it's evidence that mask is important. So, ladies and gentlemen, we again strongly approve and support and appreciate today's debate motion. Using masks can preventing the transmission and spread of disease. According to a number of studies, using a mouth mask can prevent you from the transmission or contracting various rare diseases such as flu, COVID-19, and SARS. And using mask can protect the face from the negative effect of sunlight and the pollution. The reason for wearing a mouth mask that is not less important is to protect some facial skin from the adverse effect of air pollution and sun exposure. Prolonged exposure to sunlight and air pollution is thought to cause premature aging and increase the risk of SMA, let me finish, acne and dark spot and skin cancer. Reporting from Kompas.com, the use of masks also provides other health benefits such as preventing flu. In addition, Richard Peltier, professor of environmental health science at the University of Massachusetts.
Please.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. You say using mask, wearing mask can help prevent the transmission of virus. Can you give me a percentage if using mask can help prevent the transmission virus? That's all. Thank you.
Okay, I got your point. A real example that is very close to us, yes, Badawa City. As we know that there are many use of private motorbikes, private cars, and even trucks that roam every corner of the city. From the use of personal transportation, it will cause lead particle and carbon dioxide gas which, when inhaled by humans, will have a negative impact on health. To overcome this problem, the use mask is the right way to avoid air pollution. Thanks. Back to my argument. Thus, the use of mask is very important for our daily lives. And opposition team said before that use mask is long time can effects on our health body, but the side effects can be minimized by using a mask that is comfortable and pay attention to skin. Yes, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the government team said that with you wearing mask itself can avoid explore air pollution. But based on the journal, mask cannot protect pollution from entering the body 100%. So, can you give the real example or present the use mask itself can avoid explore the air pollution? Thank you.
Like I said before, using a mask can protect we from air pollution and spread of the disease. And in our data from Compass.com, the use mask also provides other health benefits such as preventing flu. Thanks. Always remember the prolonged use of masks is essential to help prevent the spread of the virus and protect our own health and that is of others around us. Reporting from allodoctor.com, important reason to wear a mouth mask. First, avoid exposure to air pollution. Smoke from motor vehicles, factories and cigarettes, and those are some types of air pollution that can be found every day. Well, exposure to this pollution can affect lung performance and increase the risk of developing respiratory disease. Let me finish. Such asthma, COPD, and heart disease. Second, prevent transmission and spread of disease. According to a number of studies, using a mask can prevent you from transmitting or contracting various diseases such as flu, COVID-19, and SARS. Third, protect the face from negative effects. Let me finish, please. Therefore, wearing a mask can be one of the best ways to avoid contracting or transmission disease. Masks that are used to properly can prevent germs from spreading through mucus and fluids that come out when sneezing or coughing. Protect the face from negative effects. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. You say if people using masks can preventing the transmission and spread of disease, but you know that if people using masks a long time can give the negative impact for their health. So, like can increasing carbon dioxide gas. So, what do you think about that?
I got your point. Like I said before, the side effects can be minimized by using a mask that is comfortable and pay attention to skin and respiratory health. Back to my argument, wearing masks can prevent other infection disease. Wearing masks can prevent infection and also prevent the transmission and spread of disease. For people who are suffering from respiratory disease, wearing mask is very mandatory. For example, when you have influenza or even cough, people around you can catch it through the air. As we know, in our daily life, the place that we work or we doing something have many people. All in all, we from government team really agree with the motion today because wearing mask is important in our daily life to protect we from disease and protect we body from other disease. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was the opposition whip, Mr. Engelbertus Wilman Tanalai. And the time span was 6 minutes and 52 seconds. The next is opposition whip, Ms. Maria Jessica Panda. This is also your last chance to review the government team and also provide the summary of your position. Time is yours.
Okay, thanks for the chance given to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm as the opposition whip will continue this argument. The motion today, this House believes that wearing masks is still important in our daily life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm as the third speaker totally disagree from this motion because, ladies and gentlemen, as we know that in the world, it has been realistic to wear cloth masks in accordance with consideration of the development of the COVID-19 situation in the world. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, reported from Compass.com, an article published by VMT states that various countries have issued policies related to the use masks in Indonesia itself. And people are allowed to remove masks when doing activities in open space. And quoted from a journal, stikesmus.ac.id, the Straits Times collaboration with the Eurofins testing laboratory carried out a study to find out how contaminated masks are if used for a long time. The result of the study found that masks worn for a longer time had a higher count of bacteria and a greater amount of fungus. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, the dangers of wearing a mask to health. First, cause skin irritation. Ladies and gentlemen, irritation to the skin usually appears in the nose, chin, and under the eyes.
POI?
No thanks. This can occur due to friction and pressure while using a mask. Secondly, increasing carbon dioxide gas. Ladies and gentlemen, humans need oxygen as a source of breath. They clean the mask used it will cover the respiratory organs. Thirdly, interfere with breathing. Ladies and gentlemen, in a study from journal Picasmus, all people using... Yes, please.
You say if wearing masks can make the people getting irritation of skin, that means you still care about your skin than your health. How do you think about this?
Okay, but you know that the negative impact if people using mask a long time, like can cause skin irritation. So I think if people using mask with a long time, it can cause skin irritation with herself. Let me continue this argument. Ladies and gentlemen, fourthly, the dangers of wearing a mask to health can head side. Ladies and gentlemen, Bailey, who conducted a study of 2020 health works, found that around 3 out of 5 medical works needed pain relievers to relieve hitches. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, reported from CNNindonesia.com, the use mask can cause health problems by 53%, such as skin irritation, hisses, and others. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, quoted from Kompas.com, the expert council of the Indonesian Public Health Expert Association, Hermawan Saputra, feels that the respiratory tract is obstructed because it used in 19 masks. And reported from Antarnews.com, another complaint was filed by a pulmonary specialist at the Muhammad Fahmi Friendship Hospital. For those who experience irritation in the nose, this condition is different for each health worker depending on skin sensitivity. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, reported from theTickNews.com, President Jokowi has revoked the PPKM regarding the use of masks contained in the Ministry of Home Affairs Instruction number 50 and 51st of... Yes, please.
Public transportation has been improved. People should know that the use of public transportation will be able to transfer the virus from one passenger to another. What do you think about this?
Can you repeat again?
Okay, public transportation has been improved. People should know that the use of public transportation will be able to transfer the virus from one passenger to another passenger. How do you think about this?
Okay, but you know that if people using masks a long time, it can give a negative impact for her body. He can get a problem for her health. And reported from CNNindonesia.com, the use mask can cause health problems by 53%, such as skin irritation, hitches, and others. Let me continue my argument. And ladies and gentlemen, our team totally disagree from this motion because, as we know that, ladies and gentlemen, in the world, it has been rules to wear class masks in accordance with the consideration of the development of the COVID-19 situation in the world. So, and not only that, ladies and gentlemen, reported from Kompas.com, an article published by VMT source that various countries have issued policy related to the use mask in Indonesia itself. People are allowed to remove masks when doing activities in open space. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, the dangers of wearing a mask to health. Firstly, cause skin irritation. Secondly, increasing carbon dioxide gas. Thirdly, interfere with breathing. And fourthly, headache. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, created from a journal stikasnoted.ac.id, the SkyTime collaboration with the European Testing Laboratory carried out a study to find out how contaminated masks are if used for a long time. The result of the study found that the masks worn for a longer time had a higher count of bacteria and a greater amount of fungus. And ladies and gentlemen, reported from CNNindonesia.com, the use mask can cause health problems by 53%, such as skin irritation, headaches, and others. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, quoted from Antares.com, another complaint was filed by a pulmonary specialist at the Muhammad Fahmi Friendship Hospital for those who experience irritation in the nose. This condition is different for each health work depending on skin sensitivity. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, reported from detiknews.com, President Jokowi has revoked by the PPKM regarding the use of masks contained in the Ministry of Home. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm as the opposition whip totally disagree from this motion. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that was Maria Jessica Panda, the opposition whip from the opposition team. Before we move forward for the reply speakers, both teams will be given the chance for producing your reply for the opposing teams. But before that, can we ask Romo, maybe we can take like 1 or 2 minutes break for Angelus because it's 12. It's okay?
Kita doa Angelus dulu yang berangkat Katolik. Dalam nama Bapa, Ratu Surga bersukacitalah, haleluya. Telah bangkit seperti disabdakannya, haleluya. Bersukacita dan bergembiralah perawan Maria, haleluya. Marilah kita berdoa, ya Allah, Engkau telah menggembirakan dunia dengan kebangkitan Putramu Tuhan kami Yesus Kristus. Kami mohon perkenankanlah kami bersukacita dalam kehidupan kekal bersama bundanya perawan Maria, demi Kristus Tuhan kami. Amin. Dalam nama Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus.
Thank you, Romo. Now we will continue with the reply speech from both teams. We will start with the opposition team, reply speaker from opposition team. This is your chance to try to convince the opposing team and also the audience on your claim. Time is yours, Miss Maria Alvinda Labas.
Okay, thanks for the chance given to our team. Ladies and gentlemen, from this motion, our team can conclude that. Ladies and gentlemen, our team strongly disagree from this motion. This House believes that wearing mask is still important in our daily life. Because, as we know that, ladies and gentlemen, masks are very familiar to use during the COVID-19 pandemic. And as we know that, ladies and gentlemen, now many countries are free to use mask itself. And in Indonesia alone, President Jokowi has revoked PPKM regulation, and many people feel free in the rules for using masks. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, after all, there are several dangers of using masks in everyday life, such as, firstly, wearing a mask can increase carbon dioxide gas. Ladies and gentlemen, human needs oxygen as a source of breath. But what happens if it blocked by objects that cover the respiratory organs? Of course, it causes carbon dioxide to accumulate in the respiratory system. Secondly, wearing a mask in everyday life can make a person uncomfortable in carrying out the activities in everyday life. Ladies and gentlemen, in everyday life, humans do a lot of activities and need a lot of oxygen. This activity can make the heart beat continuously and make a person exchange oxygen. Ladies and gentlemen, if oxygen exchange is hampered by a mask, then it is very dangerous for health, so that it makes a person uncomfortable. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, when a person uses a mask in his daily life, he is not aware that the virus or bacteria released through the mouth or nose will be unhealed again. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this will cause new problems for him. Ladies and gentlemen, report by cleardoctor.com, masks cannot protect pollutants from entering the body 100%. Particle pollution can still enter through the gaps in masks that don't stick perfectly to the face, or through fabric fibers that are less able to hold microparticles. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the government has issued regulation not required to wear masks again. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this regulation, the people feel free of using mask itself, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, from this, our team thinks mask is not important in our daily life, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, why our teams still disagree from this motion? Because, ladies and gentlemen, masks are very familiar to use when during the pandemic COVID-19. And ladies and gentlemen, as we know, now many countries are feel free to using mask itself. Ladies and gentlemen, quoted from a journal stickms.co.id, the Straits Times collaboration with the Awareness Testing Laboratory carried out a study to find out how contaminated masks are used for a long time. The result of the study found that masks worn for a longer time had a higher count of bacteria and greater amount of fungus. Experts argue that this can increase the risk of health problems. Ladies and gentlemen, the dangers of wearing a mask to health: first, cause skin irritation. Ladies and gentlemen, irritation to the skin usually appears on the nose, chin, and under the eyes. This can occur due to friction and pressure while using a mask. Two, increasing carbon dioxide gas. Ladies and gentlemen, human needs oxygen as a source of breath. They clean the mask use, it will cover the respiratory organs. Three, interfere with breathing. So, ladies and gentlemen, from this reason, our team totally disagree if mask is still important in our daily life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Maria Alvinda Lawas, as the reply speaker from the opposition team. Time is 4 minutes and 26 seconds. And now we'd like to give the opportunity for Mr. Ikomang Beri Ngada Aryawan as the reply speaker from the government team. This is your opportunity to convince the opposing team as well as the audience on why we should support the motion that you presented. Time is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, we love ourselves and we love another people. So that's why we are from the government team very and strongly agree with our motion today to still important wearing a mask in our daily life. Ladies and gentlemen, that I said that before, smoke from motorcycle, factories, cigarettes, and those are some type of air pollution that can be found every day. Will exposure this pollution can affect lung performance and increase the risk respiratory diseases such as asthma, COPD, and heart disease. From my government, we say that in our city, in Bajawa city, so many people use private transportation like a motorcycle, motorbike, mobile, cars and trucks. That's so many pollution can come from that transportation. Then we need to wear a mask to protect ourselves from this pollution. Ladies and gentlemen, we must also provide other benefits such as preventing flu. In addition, Professor of Environment Health Science at University of Massachusetts found the wearing mask can protect our body for exposure to air pollution. And exposure to air pollution can increase the risk of respiratory problems such as asthma, low birth weight, lung cancer, cardiovascular disease, and premature death. From the opposition team, they are say wearing mask is uncomfortable. So that means your priority, you're comfortable, then your health and people health. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing a mask is still important in our daily. It's not because we use a mask. Is when a pandemic or with COVID-19, but we need to wear a mask if after COVID-19 too. But because why? Because any virus can come whenever. Can come whenever we don't know. Anytime the virus can come to ourselves, and we can anticipate that we wear a mask. Ladies and gentlemen, the wear a mask still important in our daily life too. About how care people each other. When like my team say, if we wear a mask in the in transportation public, and they can't transfer their virus from themselves to another people. Ladies and gentlemen, the use of mask in daily life helps reduce the spread of virus, especially when a person in public area. That's what I said before. The use of masker in daily life, and the person cough and sneeze, saliva, the plotters, and can spread the insects around them. By using a mask, the droplets can be dispelled and not spread to others, thus helping to reduce the risk of spread this virus. And the danger, if we not wear a mask, we can be experiences easily exposed to virus. When a person does not wear a mask, the virus enters the body more easily through the respiratory tract. Masks are effective and preventing virus transmission through droplets. So that's why we are from the government team very and strongly agree and believe our motion. We are community must to wear a mask in our daily life. It's not about ourselves, but it's about other people too. So that's how I say that before, we must take care each other. That's for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was Ikomang Peri Ananda Aryawan as the reply speaker from the government team of the House, and the time span was 4 minutes and 19 seconds. So that's also marking the end of the debate for today's session. And we would like to thank both teams for your high spirit and also for your dedication towards delivering your speech and in the debates today. Thank you so much. And we would like to invite you, both teams, to shake hands with each other and also with the honorary judges and return to the benches. Thank you very much. Luar biasa ya, semangat. Know that we are also proud of you guys, yeah? And we will be giving the chance for the judges to do the scoring. And Okay, so there are 2 teams left for the grand final. That would be from Seminari and also from SMA Regina Pacis Bajawa. We will be back here for the competition at 1:30 p.m. Yeah, 1:30 p.m. So competing teams, prepare yourself, have lunch, take a deep breath, and prepare for the grand final round. Okay? Okay. See you after lunch.